At dawn in the Saudi desert, the air is already warm, vibrating with heat. Beneath the sand, steel pipes hum softly as millions of gallons of water surge forward under pressure. This is fresh drinkable water, moving where rivers have never existed. There's no visible stream, no rippling surface, just valves, pumps, and silence. Engineers stand above it all, dwarfed by a system so vast its total length stretches farther than the Nile itself. This isn't a vision of the future, it's happening right now. And the question is simple. How did a waterless land build an invisible river? Saudi Arabia is one of the driest countries on earth. It has no permanent rivers and no lakes. Rainfall is so scarce it can vanish before even touching the ground. For centuries, survival here depended on wells, oases, and careful rationing. Cities grew slowly, constrained by water more than by land or ambition. Everything changed in the late 20th century. Oil transformed the kingdom, and with it came explosive urban growth. Riyadh expanded deep into the desert. Jeddah swelled along the Red Sea. Millions of people needed water every single day, far more than underground aquifers could safely provide. The challenge wasn't abstract. Without a new water source, modern Saudi Arabia could not exist at its current scale. Government planners faced a hard physical limit: population growth versus water availability. Instead of waiting for rain that would never come, Saudi Arabia chose engineering over geography. The solution wouldn't be a single dam or canal, but a nationwide system, one that moved water across hundreds of miles of desert, uphill, against gravity, under relentless heat. What emerged wasn't visible from satellites as a blue line. It was hidden, buried, and industrial. An artificial river made of steel, concrete, and energy, designed to replace what nature never provided. The breakthrough came from the sea. Saudi Arabia sits between two massive bodies of salt water, the Red Sea and the Arabian Gulf. The water was abundant, but undrinkable. Turning it into fresh water required desalination on an unprecedented scale. Using thermal desalination, and later, reverse, seawater is heated or forced through ultrafine membranes that strip away salt and minerals. What remains is fresh water, but it comes at a cost: enormous energy consumption, extreme corrosion, and constant maintenance. Saudi Arabia invested billions. Today, it operates some of the largest desalination plants on earth, including massive facilities in Jubail and Shohiba. Together, they produce billions of liters of fresh water every single day. But producing water was only half the problem. That water had to travel inland, sometimes hundreds of kilometers through terrain where summer ground temperatures can exceed 60 degrees Celsius. Engineers designed high-pressure pipelines, pumping stations, and storage reservoirs capable of surviving constant thermal stress. Over the decades, these pipelines multiplied, from city to city, from coast to capital. The total length of Saudi Arabia's water transmission network now stretches well beyond 6,000 kilometers, longer than the Nile River itself. A river without banks, without fish, without rain. Just flow. Moving water through a desert is a constant fight. Heat causes metal to expand and contract daily, stressing joints and welds. Sandstorms can bury access points. The salt residue from desalination accelerates corrosion. A single failure in the system can cut off water to entire cities. And then there's the energy. Pumping water uphill across such long distances requires continuous power. Any disruption, mechanical, electrical, or political, can cascade through the system with shocking speed. In the 1990s and early 2000s, over-extraction of groundwater combined with rising demand pushed the system close to its limits. Some ancient aquifers dropped dangerously fast, confirming fears that scientists had warned about for years. Engineers faced an uncomfortable truth. The artificial river could not replace natural balance. It could only buy time. As populations grew, consumption soared. Air conditioning, agriculture, fountains, and daily domestic use all strained supplies. Water, which was once free from wells, now carries a very real economic and environmental cost. The system works but only with relentless oversight. Thousands of technicians monitor pressure, flow rates, and chemical balance around the clock. This river cannot be left alone. Unlike natural rivers, it doesn't recover. It doesn't adapt. If humans stop managing it, even for a moment, the flow ends. By the 2010s, something remarkable became clear through verified infrastructure data. Saudi Arabia had built one of the longest engineered water networks on the planet. Not a single line, but a connected system of pipelines, pumping corridors, and distribution arteries. When measured end to end, its total length surpassed Earth's longest natural river. The Nile flows because gravity allows it to. Saudi Arabia's artificial river flows because engineers force it to. Sensors track pressure changes measured in fractions of a percent. Water quality is sampled constantly to meet health standards. Satellites monitor land deformation above buried pipelines to detect leaks before they even surface. Newer desalination plants are cutting energy use dramatically compared to older thermal systems. And solar integration is expanding. Water recycling now supplements the supply in major cities. This isn't just infrastructure, it's applied physics on a national scale. Every liter of water arriving in Riyadh has already traveled farther than most rivers ever will, pushed, lifted, filtered, and protected across hostile terrain. And yet, despite its incredible size, most residents never see it. They turn on a tap. The water comes, and the desert stays silent. Beneath the sand, an unseen current moves, engineered, measured, and endlessly watched. If this hidden river already exists, what other realities are flowing right under our feet, just waiting to be noticed? For many Saudis, the system feels completely normal until they take a step back. Engineers who work on the pipelines describe the feeling of standing alone in the desert, knowing that millions of people depend on what lies buried just below. A single valve, a single weld, a single decision. Visitors often don't believe it at first. A country without rivers, sustaining megacities. The disbelief fades when they see desalination plants stretching to the horizon, humming day and night. Older generations remember hauling water from wells. Younger ones grow up assuming abundance. That gap in memory creates a tension between conservation and convenience. Scientists warn that technology can delay scarcity, but it can't erase it. Every drop still costs energy. Every failure still carries consequences. The artificial river inspires pride, but also humility. It proves what humans can build, and what they must continuously protect. Because, unlike ancient rivers shaped over millions of years, this one survives only as long as our attention never slips. Saudi Arabia's artificial river is not a miracle of nature. It's a reminder of limits. It shows how far engineering can push against geography, and how carefully that push must be managed. Longer than the Nile, yes, but infinitely more fragile. The Nile floods and recedes. This river operates on schedules and spreadsheets. As climate change tightens water supplies worldwide, Saudi Arabia's experiment offers a preview of a possible future where water is manufactured, transported, and priced by necessity. The desert hasn't changed. Human ambition has. And beneath the sand, the pumps continue their work, quietly moving a lifeline that never sleeps, never slows, and can never be forgotten. If a nation without rivers can build one longer than the Nile, what does that say about the future of water on Earth? Are artificial rivers a solution, or a warning? Let me know what surprised you most about this hidden system, and whether you think technology can truly replace nature. Thanks for watching, and next time we'll explore another real mystery, where human engineering quietly rivals forces once thought untouchable.